Heather Devoto here. We are in Arlington County, Virginia. Welcome back to another episode of Financing the American Dream. Today, we are going to be meeting my friend Rick, who is a superstar producer. He's going to tell us all about what's happening in the market right now and show us this beautiful house. Rick, you are an expert in this market. You've been doing business for a long time now, over 100 million in the last 5 years. What are you seeing in the market right now? What trends? What are buyers looking for? Give us some insights.
So I'm seeing a lot of transition in the market. As you know, I'm licensed in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, and it really depends on what market you're looking in. In Virginia and Maryland, we're seeing a lot of demand, a lot of multiple offer situations, buyers having to give concessions, kind of still a seller's market. And in DC, it's kind of becoming the reverse. It really depends what you're selling, but in the majority, and a lot of DC condos, for example, are taking a little longer to sell than they would have a year or 2 years ago. It really just depends on what market you're in. So that's why it's important to have an agent working with you who knows the entire market and knows the nuances of different areas, different neighborhoods, and what each entails and what's going on in each one.
Okay, so why are we seeing that DC market shift a little bit? Is it seasonality? Is there something else going on?
Yeah, I think throughout the last couple of years, DC kind of boomed a little bit, and during the pandemic, it slowed down, and we saw a little bit of an exodus from a lot of cities as people wanted more space and more land, and people are realizing they don't have to be so close to the office anymore in general. If they're coming in 2 or 3 days a week, they're willing to make that 45-minute commute, hour commute, a little bit more than they would have been if they were coming in 5 days a week.
You have a special ability. I always say you're exceptional because you're really able to pick out properties that match your buyers, what they're looking for, and get them good deals. In this market, it's been virtually impossible to do that, and you somehow do it. So what do you think, what is your secret?
I think the secret is having a flexible mindset and really listening to my buyers and developing a relationship and a rapport with them that's based on trust, so that they can trust me when I say, this is going to be a good opportunity for you, and it's because I've heard you and I've listened to what you need, and you might not be seeing this, but I do this all the time and I'm seeing this for you. Let me help you figure it out. Let me help you figure out, what can this look like with a fresh coat of paint? Red walls are no big deal.
Rick, tell me, who's buying now?
It's actually really interesting. I'm starting to see a little bit of a shift. I'm starting to see more and more people in their young 20s starting to be interested in home ownership, more so than we've seen in the past. And I'm attributing that to a couple of different things. One is, I think that they're seeing on social media, on TikTok, on Instagram, the benefits of home ownership and long-term investment. And because they're so attuned to what's happening on social media, they're seeing the advantages and they're wanting to get into that as fast as they can, and they're not thinking to wait. I also think that they're seeing people that are 10, 15 years older than them that still don't own homes, and they're realizing maybe the mistakes that previous generations made, they don't want to make those same mistakes. The third thing I'm really seeing is that the stigma around borrowing money or receiving a gift toward a down payment or closing cost assistance from a parent or another family member really has kind of diminished. Times have changed, the market has changed, what it takes to buy a home has changed. So people don't have that stigma anymore around taking money from someone else to help them start their future.
Rick, your insights are invaluable. Your knowledge is very impressive. It's no wonder that you're featured as a rising star in Real Producers magazine. Join us next time for another episode of Financing the American Dream.